The Nintendo Switch 2, guys, it's finally here after months and months. But now I think it's time to test these couple experiments. You know, I have like how many games here? I have 4 games here to show you, for example, and we're gonna answer all these questions here. So I'm with let's get into it. These first like 4 or 5 will kind of be long. Well, not long, but like, will be like 3 minutes long. The rest of it will be like a minute to 2 minutes long. So, without further ado, let's get into the first question. What happens if you put a Switch 2 cartridge inside of a Switch 1? So let's say if you want to put in this game, Mario Kart World, the launch title for the Switch 2. You want to put this game in the Switch 1. What does it do? Let's turn down a little bit. What does it do? Well, it says you can't play on the system. You get an error message. So, Sally, you can play Mario Kart World on your Switch 1. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's go worth the wait. Now, what if you try it on the Switch Lite? Well, no joke when I say this, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I'm telling you, not a single thing happens. Nothing happens. I'm not joking. It doesn't do anything. Don't even try it. It doesn't do anything. So, yeah. Now, if you try to do it again, it's gonna give you an error message. So sadly, it doesn't work. Now let's go over to the next question. What happens if you put a Nintendo Switch cartridge inside of a Switch 2? So let's get into the game for example. Let's do the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. All right, so you put Echoes of Wisdom in the Switch 2, and it boots up. It boots up there, and does it work? Well, surprisingly, it works really well. It works really well. It looks really gorgeous, and it runs really well. It works. So obviously it's compatible with. So obviously this game right here is compatible with Switch 2, which is pretty cool. Now the next question: what is inside of the game key card case? So game cards are basically really controversial. So one of them game is Bravely Default. It has a game key card case. But what's inside it is going to be a key. It's going to have a card. And it's pretty much a cartridge, and that is it. It's the same thing as the other cartridge. Oh, but except there's a little key logo because it's a key card. Yeah, yeah. Next question: what happens if you put a game card key inside the original Switch? So let's see what happens. So you try to boot up and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, the game card cannot read it. So, yeah. As for the Switch Lite, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Sadly. Sadly, no. You can't play Bravely Default on the Switch One because that's a game card. Rip. Next question: what is inside of a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game card case? Now, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, and it's just a cartridge. It's the same. It's the same. Next question: what happens if you put a Nintendo Switch 2 edition cartridge inside a original Nintendo Switch? So let's do the beginning. Let's do the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition, which I'm sadly gonna show footage of the Switch 1 version. So sorry. All right, so you boot up the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's Breath of the Wild. But you see, it's not the Switch 2 edition. It's just Breath of the Wild. So you boot it up, and so it's basically the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Exactly the same game on the Switch 1, and everything works. So you can move around, do anything. So yeah, it actually works. But yeah. Next questions are gonna be the ones that are be really quick. What happens if you put a Nintendo Switch 2 on a dock for the Nintendo Switch 1? So obviously the Switch 2 has its own dock and the Switch 1 has its own dock. So what happens if you put the Switch 2 on the Switch 1 dock? It does nothing because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Yeah. Sorry, it doesn't fit. Yeah. Sorry guys. Yeah. I hope something cool happens. But let's go to the next question. What happens if you put an original Nintendo Switch on Nintendo Switch 2 dock? So same thing, but we're reverse it. So. But now I will say there's a big size difference, but let's see if this one could fit. And it cannot fit. yeah, sorry, I can't fit. No, sorry. I mean, I was hoping something will work here, but I guess not. Next question. What happens if you try to dock the Switch 2 using the top USB-C port? Um, Now this one, I don't think this one's gonna work, but and to y'all predictions, it doesn't work. It does not work at all. Okay, it literally just does not work. Next question: can you use a Pro Controller 2 with the original Nintendo Switch? Can you? So let's see. So you go to System Settings, try to connect the controller, and it does not receive anything. So sadly, the Switch the Pro Controller 2 does not work with the Switch 1. So yeah. Now, will we use a USB? Does it work still? Mm, no, it just doesn't work. Doesn't. No, sorry. Next question: can you use the Joy-Con 2 on the original Nintendo Switch? Now, I think this one's not gonna work. So, and and for this one, yeah, nothing happens. Yeah, y'all predictions are so right. Yeah. Next question: does the Nintendo Switch 2 feature themes? So you guys know the Switch 1 has like themes, which has basic white and basic black, which they look good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They look good, but nothing special. Now let's do the Switch 2. Is there any good themes for this? And we have basic light and basic black. It's the same thing. It's the same thing from the Switch 1. The same freaking thing. When are we get new themes? Like, come on. All right, a few more questions here. Is there a speaker inside the Joy-Con 2? This one? Surprisingly, I mean, it vibrates, and you can hear a little noise in it. So, to answer that, I mean, it does beep. So, I'm gonna say it works. I'm gonna say it works. So, yeah, there is a speaker in the Joy-Con 2, just very little. The next question: will the Joy-Con 2 stick to my fridge? Okay, this one's kind of a dumb one, and I'm gonna answer y'all's question. It does not. I'm sorry. If y'all tried, don't even try. It doesn't work. Not even like not even the console works. It doesn't work. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Now it's time for the final question that everyone's been doing. Does the Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges taste worse than the original Nintendo Switch cartridges? And honestly, I think the Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges taste probably just a little bit worse than the original one. So, yeah. But yeah, there's all the basics here. But is there any more questions? Let me know, and I'm gonna go do some other videos. And in the meantime, I'm definitely make a part 2 of this regarding the Switch 2. So, anyways, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Leave a like if you really like this video. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Peace out. Have an awesome day. And let me know how y'all feeling with the Switch 2. How y'all feeling with the Switch 2? Honestly, like the latest, like I'll say this: my older brother has a lot of gaming consoles from like previous years, but the last games that I got was literally like the last game I got was like in 2021, and that was it. I didn't get any games after that because honestly, the games after that were just they were good, but like nowhere like near as perfect as the previous years. So yeah, I'll say that. But anyways, that's it. I'm definitely make a part 2 of this video. So yeah.